Our society is increasingly being mediated by algorithms. We see their application in issues such as decision-making processes, job and university applications, and more recently on content creation with the rise of generative AI. So while the benefits of AI to humanity are abundant, we're already seeing some of the risk that AI may pose to rights. In this case, I want to focus on the specific AI impact to gender inequality. So if we start by taking an intersectional feminist perspective, it is easy to see that algorithms and AI is not neutral. Indeed, algorithms do not exist in a vacuum. They are part and they are shaped and also shaped the offline world, where social discrimination and gender inequality are a factor of this reality. As such, these ideas, these elements, are codified in algorithms. So gender discrimination starts by the conception of these algorithms by its own developers. Developers at the current moment, they are mostly white men, and they share specific conceptualizations on gender. And this means they have specific ideas on how men and women should behave in society. So these ideas are part of the algorithms, and they can be further reinforced when we train them with databases. That data, at the current moment, it shows historical biases of inequality. So, for example, if we train an algorithm on wages, they may learn that women are supposed to be paid less than men because the reality is that we have a gender gap in wages. Another conclusion that they can find is that normally men are better leaders because they occupy the high-level positions in most organizations. So if we then deploy these algorithms in reality and in the job market or selection processes, we may further reinforce traditional injustice rather than giving a more equal opportunity to all. So what do we do to reduce this type of bias and protect rights? In our panel, two conclusions were adopted. The first one was that we can use a human rights framework to give response to the risk created by AI. Instead of trying to reach consensus on what it means adopting an ethical AI, we have already tools that can be deployed and used to give responses to these challenges. Regulation then should focus on trying to bridge and addressing the new challenges of AI that the human rights framework has not addressed yet. In the case of gender, for example, could be focusing on how diminish the rise of pornographic deepfakes. The second point is that we need to go beyond regulation, and we need to adopt measures that are parallel with these frameworks. One of those proposals was the adoption of independent audits that they focus on the whole life cycle of algorithms. Second, that they look at the socio-technical context in which these algorithms are deployed. Third, that introduces questions of transparency. And fourth, it's conducted in an interdisciplinary manner to see how these algorithms impact elements such as society, the economy, or legal systems.